you guys watched the move-in vlog, you would know that the apartment that I'm living in now is split into two, and one of the women downstairs has a dog. Come here. Hi, buddy. Hi, good morning, guys. We were hanging out, me and him, we're hanging out in bed, and he just like really likes when people like stay in the same space when he's comfortable. So I got up and I started getting dressed, and he was not happy that I was getting dressed. He's like trying to grab the scarf that I'm putting on, and like, he was just like not happy with it. And now he's just like whining. Anyways, what? I need matcha in my life. Welcome to the very first official vlog. I'm like, the sun. I don't know where to go right now. I'm either like right in the sun or it's too dark in the shade. So is this vibey? To the first official vlog in my new place. I am so stoked. I've been here now for 2 weeks. You're gonna have to deal with the dog. I call it the dog like he doesn't mean anything. Merlot. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? That's how cold it is in this. You saw that. It is cold in here. South Africa luckily only gets cold for about 2.5 months of the year. Buddy! Okay, stay on the counter. Like, stay up there until I get up there. I got you. You're on the edge, man. Okay, come here. I feel like it's probably not vibey. I feel like I probably just look like washed out and weird. Anyways, we got some delicious recipes coming in today's video. So it's just gonna be like a nice, don't you dare try to jump. You will die. That was maybe a little dramatic, but pretty close to it. Adding 1 cup of quinoa to a pot along with 1.5 cups of water. Turning that burner on and covering it with a lid. Okay, so the reason I cooked up, I don't know how to do this lighting thing. We're making breakfast cookies. We're adding oats to the breakfast cookies because that's just a fundamental thing to add to a cookie that is for breakfast time. But I figured, why not add quinoa as well? Cooked quinoa, of course, so I'm now just allowing it to kind of cool a little bit so we can mix everything together. Quinoa tastes like nothing, oats taste like nothing, and when we mix them together, tastes like nothing, but it's a great combination for the breakfast time of the day. Because I've only really used quinoa as a savory dish thing, like in Buddha bowls and stuff. I have never added it to a sweet, and actually no, that's a lie. I have added it to granola. Starting off by mashing 2 bananas, adding 1 cup of quick oats, and 1 cup of cooked quinoa. 6 tablespoons, which equals 1/3 cup of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, 2 tablespoons of the seed mix that I have, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla powder, or sub for 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whoop. And now I'm just gonna break some chocolate into the mixture as well. That's not what I wanted. I went last night to go get parchment paper, and all they had was this, and I didn't make the guy nicely offered to go check if they had anything else, and all they had was this. And I thought it was gonna be like flat pieces of paper, not like pie shaped.
So sick of having to wait your turn to have to speak. I look at you, I know there's something underneath. I call you up, but you can't be found, you can't be found.
This is the only baking that I do because as you can tell, I'm a little chaotic, I'm a little all over the place, and that's not very conducive to accurate baking. So this is why I love things like this where you feel like you're baking, but at the same time the accuracy really does not matter, because I'm not adding eggs, I'm not trying to raise flour, and we're not trying to ferment anything. Although I love fermenting things, I've yet to figure out how to ferment bread. But I'm gonna pop these in the oven. I don't know how long they're gonna take right now. I'm guessing 18 to 24-ish minutes, but we're gonna find out. So anywhere from 12 to 16 cookies you can make with this recipe. I just realized that I forgot to add salt. Add a good pinch of salt to this recipe. It'll definitely level things up. I mean, these are absolutely incredible no matter what, but every baked good needs some salt. Over the last couple months, I've been using these Magic Mind shots as a great little productivity tool. I find them super useful if you're somebody that craves a midday coffee or energy drink. This could be for you. It doesn't provide that crash that I find coffee gives you or an energy drink would give you. It's just a bunch of natural ingredients that are proven to boost your focus and mental clarity. And that's what I really find it does. Like, my clarity while I'm focusing is just incredible with matcha and ashwagandha. I just use it, drink it like a little cup of juice. I find it really enjoyable, like a sweet treat. And it also has your daily dose of vitamin C and D in here. If you want to try them out, then you can click the link down below and yeah, give it a shot. Cheers. It's been raining pretty much every single day for the last like 2 weeks, and today is the first day I didn't wake up with like the intense rain on the tin roof, and oh, it just feels so good. I'd still been lucky enough to go on walks because it hasn't been raining like the entire day, all day long. It's just been a lot of rain in spurts. But on the first real sunny day with no glooming storm in the background, I need a walk. The vibe of this little path that's leading up to the main trail reminds me so much of Northern Ontario, which is where I'm not from Northern Ontario, but from Ontario. And I just love it. Like, the cottage vibes are my jam.
Summer sweetness came so fast and blew away. It's a big old map, gotta chip away. You turn around and autumn rolls back in again. Black holes in space.
Why is it so pretty? Like, I step into nature and all I can do is just smile and giggle at it. Like, it's telling me the best joke I've ever heard in my entire life and making me feel so safe and so comfortable. Which leads me into wanting to talk about my eating disorder and spirituality. As I've gotten more comfortable in my spiritualness, I've shared a lot more about it online because I find it extremely valuable. Like, I want to hear other people talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to create the content that I want to watch. But the biggest thing that helped me heal my eating disorder was spirituality, was understanding my own energy, understanding my own self-worth, my inherent connection to the divine, whether you want to call it the divine, the universe, God, you know, source, whatever we want to call it, there is this higher power that we are all connected to on this earth, and it is connecting to that which has helped me connect to self and learn about my inherent worth. And although I talked a lot about my eating disorder and healing from it and intuitive eating and food freedom and all of that stuff like a few years ago, I was still full-blown in my eating disorder when I started YouTube. Full-blown. I may have portrayed that I wasn't, I may have portrayed that I was healed, but that wasn't truth at all. I was too scared to admit the still evident intrusive thoughts and issues that I was still having. And I've been developing and writing a course recently, which I'm really excited about, and I've been like working on it. It's gonna dive into not just this like typical way of healing your eating disorder, like food journaling and stuff of that nature. I found when I did that, it gave me more intrusive thoughts and it did not help me at all. A lot of the conventional things that I tried to like help me heal my eating disorder really did not help. It actually like created more problems for me. And I know that's not true for everybody, but like I just said, like the biggest thing that helped me heal was my connection to the divine. So I want to connect two things that I really, really love and that I'm very passionate about: food and balance in life, energy and spirituality in one course, where there's journal prompts and also education about energy and self-acceptance and self-worth and all of that jazz, to really like create a well-rounded, like soul-based healing course. Because I think a lot of online about eating disorders is surface level healing. It's not deep it's not depth inside the heart. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. I want to make it as digestible as possible, but I do think, you know, this sort of thing takes quite some time to heal. Like, you're not just going to buy a course and like write a couple journal prompts and be healed. It's an evolution, and because I want to dive into deeper things inside of this, you know, it may take somebody 3 months to finish it. It may take somebody 2 weeks. It may take somebody a year. I think it's really just consistency, and there's a thought process about how no progress is lost. And what that really means is you may show up every single day and not see any progress for quite some time, but all of the times that you showed up mattered to get to that point. And I think like that's, well, yoga for one. To get to enlightenment, you can't just get to enlightenment. It's the process of every action that you put forth to get to that point, to get to that divine, beautiful connection to source. And I mean, it's this. It's here. It's right here. With how cabin vibe this is. Like, I got my flowers, I my plate of cookies, I got this cute little ceramic, whoa. My plan is to chop some sweet potato, some red onion, garlic, and bake that in the oven, and then we're going to mix a bunch of spices with the black beans and the sweet potato, and then serve it over rice and probably some quinoa as well, because I got lots. For a functional kitchen, I feel like you have to have an ugly cloth that doesn't really matter if you get like dirt and gook and turmeric and beet juice and stuff on it. You need functional cloths. I'm not capable of keeping things clean. Like, that's just something I'm not good at doing. I usually buy olive oil, but this avocado oil was a really, really good price at the grocery store, so I bought a big thing of it. A good amount of that, along with a good sprinkle of salt. And I'm going to, because I have whole spices, I'm gonna blitz them really quickly in my food processor to break them down into a powder. Smoked paprika, about 1.5 teaspoons, coriander, and cumin. A little splash of water, and some chili as well. Now we're gonna pop this in the oven. I'm excited for this lunch. Na, na, na. Oh yeah. Wow. This one is pretty simple to throw together. Obviously you have to wait for things to bake, and if you don't have rice and quinoa, then you have to cook that. But you could easily meal prep, like double or triple this, and have it for lunch throughout the week.
If all days, brown eyes, roots in my apartment, and we grew, passed by, plans were always solid. I know you need out sometimes, head on the glass by traffic lights. Thoughts never felt so blind, so we take off in amazing dive. Driving circles, growing sick of the weather. Heather gray, you fell asleep in my sweatshirt. I'll leave the world and make a new one together. That's how my mom that I'll be back in November. It's all for the better.
I think we're gonna have to turn on some lights. It's dinner time. First things first, I'm gonna roast some garlic, but not actually roast because I don't really want to turn on the oven again because it wastes so much energy in this world. So I'm really just gonna throw a bunch of garlic into a pot with some olive oil and get it all toasty, roasty, get it all fragrant. you have sourdough bread, 1,000,000% serve this dish with sourdough bread. Thick slices, douse it in some olive oil, put it in the oven on like convection heat so that way the outside gets like nice and crispy, but the inside is still like gushy and absolutely delicious. So highly recommend doing that. I feel like there definitely are a few things I could do differently. Even for me, the bean dip is a little bit too garlicky, so dial it back on the garlic. It's delicious, but I think it's a little bit too garlic forward. It just kind of overpowers instead of meshing. And it needs some freshness. I think adding some pomegranate seed on this would be really, really delicious. Like having a little bite of fresh, juicy sweetness. Oh, that would actually be really, really, really good. But overall, some minor tweaks. Nothing can ever be a smooth shot with me.